Hello everybody. In this video, I will explain you the concept of views in SQL. A view in SQL is a virtual table that is derived from the base tables. The base tables are the actual tables we create using the create table syntax. These base tables are physically stored in the database, whereas a view does not physically store any data in the database. Views can generally be created either from a single table or multiple tables. Here you see is a syntax for creating a view in SQL. The view can be created by selecting the desired columns and records from the base tables. Now, we will execute and understand how the views in SQL work. I use the Oracle Live SQL platform for the demo. Now, we'll first create the base table. I create a table called as employee with the three columns. So three columns of the employee table, ID, name, and city. I insert some record into this employee table. So here, one record is inserted. The same way, I insert another record into the employee table. I give the city as Bangalore. Okay. So once this is done, to view the contents of the table, to retrieve the records from the table, we use the select command to check whether the records are inserted. I click on run, and here you can see the two rows are inserted. I will comment these lines because in Oracle Live SQL it will consider the previous comments also for the current execution. So since the table is already created and two records are inserted successfully, I put it in that comment. Okay, so next task is we have created the base table first. Next, we'll create a view. So the syntax for creating a view is create view name. I give the view name as EMP view as you select the desired record or you protect the required column. Okay. So I plan to select the record of the employee whose city is Bangalore. So I need to write the select query accordingly. So select the asterisk from employee where city equal to Bangalore. So once the view is created, I will view the contents of the view by using the select command. Okay, so the select command will work the select as well as the DML commands. Okay, so can be applied on the view. Okay, so select asterisk from EMP view as if the select command retrieves a record from the table, a base table. The select command is used to retrieve the record from the view as well. Okay, so here the view is created as we are going to select the record all the columns. Select asterisk from employee table. Here I sorry Mr. from keyword. Okay, select asterisk from employee where city is equal to Bangalore. Okay, so the record of the employee whose city is inserted as Bangalore, that record will be retrieved and that is considered as a view called as EMP view. Now, the expected output is the record of Mike should be reflected in the EMP view. We'll check it. Yes, here the view is created successfully and the record of the employee with ID 101, name as Mike and city Bangalore is inserted into the view. Now the view is created successfully. I'll comment these lines and then I'll show you manipulating the view. Okay, inserting data to the as if we use a insert command to insert a record into a normal table, a base table. We can use the insert command to insert a record into the view as well. Okay, so regular syntax. Okay, so instead of the table name here, I have to give the view name that I have created. The view that I have created is in the name of EMP view. Okay, so I wish to insert the record to the view. Okay, that is a virtual table. Okay, so insert into EMP view values, I'll give the record of another person and I'll give the city as Bangalore. Okay, so here I have not done insertion into the table called as employee. We have done insertion of a record into the view that is created from the base table called as employee. Okay, so once it is done, so we'll view the contents of the EMP view that is created. Okay, so I'll run it. So expected output is already the view contained the detail of the employee called as Mike, whose city belongs to Bangalore. Okay, so that view is already created. Now in that view, we are inserting another employee's record with ID 103 with the name Arun and city as Bangalore. Okay, and retrieving the contents of the view. So expected output is it will contain two records. So already the view has a record called as Mike, and now I have performed the insertion on the view. Okay, so we inserted a record called as 103 Arun Bangalore to the view, isn't it? Okay, so insert into EMP view. Not we have not done insertion to the original base table. Okay, so now what I have shown you is how do we perform manipulation into the table. As if regularly we do the DML commands like insert, delete, update could be used with a normal table, right? In the same way, these commands could be applied on a view also. Okay, now I wish to show you one other point. Like we have done the manipulation to the view, right? Now we'll check whether that manipulation is reflected in the original table, that is the base table from which the view is created. Okay, so we'll just begin select asterisk from employee. I've commented all the previous commands. Okay, so now if I give select asterisk from employee, what is the expected output? Okay, so already the employee table has two records. Okay, and from which we have created a view for the person that is for storing the details of the employee whose city belongs to Bangalore. That was done. Okay, now to the view I have inserted one other employee record, right? Okay, so now when I select all the contents from the employee table, that is a base table, the original table from which the view is created, we can see, I'll run and show it to you. We can see that all the manipulation that is done to the view is also reflected in the original table. So initially the original table contained only two records, okay, with the ID 100 and 101. Okay, so now we have inserted, at last we have inserted a record to the view, right? That record is reflected in the original table also. Here it is visible. Okay, so that means that all the changes that is done to the view is applicable to the original table from which the view is created. Okay, hope you understand. Thanks for watching.